Where's Fitzroy?
I think that helicopter mustering generally will attract a live wire, someone that's got a lot of energy. They like to see big results in something they do. It's not something that just any pilot can pick up. The mustering side of it requires a stockman to be at the controls, basically. Probably some of the first times you take off, first thing in the morning and head out to a job, it's sort of like a butterfly feeling. It's a great feeling probably of power.
You rely on the machine to do its job, and the machine relies on you to, not push it past its limits and what it's capable of, and so it will stay in the air. If you're in the wrong spot in a helicopter, you can send the cattle 20 different directions. We can also fix it very quickly as well.
The helicopters that we use for mustering are very agile and nimble. Cattle don't look where we are, they listen to us. The wind will change where your noise lands on the ground. So you've got to be able to put your noise where you want to be on the ground, basically.
Yeah, aerial mustering is definitely a lot of fun. The most fun.
If you can run a muck on the ground, you can run a bigger muck in the air. So
as a helicopter mustering pilot, we're working cattle from the sky. We're stockmen in the sky.
Those pilots are the modern cowboy, really, like the modern ringer. If the choppers were to stop right here and now, this industry wouldn't move. That's how dependent on helicopters we have become in the north. Well, before helicopters, you went out with a team of 12 men plus 2 horse-tailers, and sometimes up to 75 horses would be hobbled out and belled, and the old-style stockman is nearly a dead art, which is sad to me. It's a sad way to look at it because I'm the old style. You can't shift the numbers of cattle and perform without the helicopter in the sky doing the hard yards and those big distances, that's the fact of the matter.
Knowing that people have died doing it, and also probably friends and family that have been killed doing it, probably makes you a better pilot, if anything.
This memorial and this occasion is dedicated to the helicopter mustering pilots who have lost their lives in the course of doing a job.
The essence of the memorial service today really is a memorial to the lost pilots who have been tragically lost over a number of years flying choppers, but it also is a memorial to this era of the helicopter.
May it remind us to be the arms of support and show care that is real and from the heart to those that our pilot mates love the most, because that is what mates do.
My son Peter was a chopper pilot. He died in a mustering accident when he was 23. That's 5 years ago now. You hear a helicopter and you think, might be him. But the hardest thing probably is just knowing that he's never going to come back. That it's a life wasted. But in saying that, I'm glad that if he had to go when he did, that he did what he loved doing. And he was, being sensible.
Most of us still stand mesmerised and in awe of a pilot and his machine as one working cattle out of the most difficult situations.
He loved helicopters. He turned into a pretty good pilot. Because he'd done so much work on the ground, he got a pretty good reputation pretty quick. I think 3-4 years he was flying for before he crashed.
When he told me, he said, "Oh, Mum, Peter crashed his helicopter today." And I said, "Oh, Michael, don't be stupid."
Memories keep coming back, like you see things, and like his motor car's always there, you just see that and it just brings memories back, but you get by.
and he started crying, and I knew straight away then when Michael cried that this was true.
He was a pretty good bloke. He used to pick on me all the time, but it's pretty normal.
Despite the official report coming back, after all these years, I really don't know what caused the accident.
Helicopter muster pilots are treated sort of like gods because they do such bloody vast areas and rough country, and they got to do a lot of work. It's like I wouldn't mind being a helicopter pilot, but I'm not allowed now. Mum won't let me. I might end up in the sky one day.
I know of 9 or 10 people that have been killed in chopper accidents. There's Murph and Stumpy and Angus, Johnny, and of course Pete. And it just goes on, yes.
I made a decision to myself to stop counting when I could tally up 11 people that I personally knew who'd been killed. Yeah, it's not good enough, I don't reckon. This bull had jumped the fence and I was trying to get him to jump back where he came from. Just kept trying to bend him and couldn't bend him and hit this bloody tree. And it flipped inverted and rotating and we were just going like that. Too, you know, as well as going like that. I guess people do silly things and they make mistakes, they think they're bulletproof. Each pilot is his own worst enemy. I really believe that the culture of our mustering industry has to change a little. It's very much the hero up in the hero in the sky. I suppose cowboys in the sky.
Well, I don't know what you can change, and I don't really think that you really can change. I'd like to think it could.
There's a lot on your mind, so you can easily make a mistake during the day. Yeah, I have known a few people to have been killed in a helicopter accident. There's a level of safety standard, obviously, in every company. I don't believe that we haven't put in enough safety measures to prevent them. At the end of the day, as within anything, you have to take responsibility for, you know, your job and your actions and what happens.
It is a dangerous job, yeah. There's definitely risks that are involved. Yes, I've lost lots of friends and know of quite a few people that have been killed, yeah. Well, this spot here, just a billabong basically, it's a really isolated spot that you can only get to by helicopter. We do really get to see a lot of spectacular sights that are inaccessible by road basically. It's a pretty tickly feeling, yeah, to think that no one else has probably ever walked on that same part of ground that you just landed on, yeah. Every now and then you'll be flying by yourself, no one else sort of is around you, can hear you, talk to you. And every now and then you'll drift off into your own little world that you're you're the only one there. Yeah, it's a great feeling. You sometimes take for granted what you're seeing is something no one else can see. Leaving the hangar and not coming back is something we don't think about. There's a very fine line between getting cattle to the yard and being safe. But the only thing that matters to the company is that everyone gets home safe every day. There's no other job that I'd rather do.